Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. So happy to have you all here. Today is 17th of December 2025. It's 9 p.m. here in Ireland and London. It's time for the Spiritual Light Show. As you can see, we have the full house today with two special guests, Carolina Correa and Rodrigo Ortega. So it's good to have them here with us, as today it is our last show of the year. Okay. And we'll be back on the 7th of January with our regular episodes. So, first things first, let's my friends introduce themselves. Let's start with our guests. So, Rodrigo, I think ladies first. So,
Sure.
Carol, good evening, my dear.
Thank you for having us here tonight. I am a member of the Spiritual Society of Virginia. In fact, I'm in Kardec Radio's room at the moment, where it was first founded 14 years ago. And I am a director of the Spiritual Society of Virginia. I do a program on Kardec Radio called Divine Light. I participate of the mediumistic meetings, translation efforts, and education for children and youth here.
Good.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, good. Rodrigo, good evening, my friend. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien. Por cierto, estuvimos juntos, Elsa y Charles, en el Congreso Espírita de Sede este año en Carpe Alicante, que fue una gran experiencia que tuvimos compartiendo los conocimientos del espiritismo con mucha gente y fue muy bonito. Bueno, quería agradecer a todos que están aquí escuchándonos, dándonos esta oportunidad de aprender y de compartir también con vosotros un poco en esta época tan importante para nosotros que somos espíritas cristianos, que es el nacimiento de nuestro Maestro Jesús. Así que muchas gracias por estar con nosotros. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. So I'm very glad to be here with this group. So unfortunately, I can attend just once in a month for professional appointments I have, but this time in the month is precious for me. So thank you for listening to us, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to learn. Because every time we are here, we need to study as well to fulfill our responsibility of transmitting the spiritist thoughts. And it's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you in this last. I think it's not the last. Am I right, Stevan? I think there will be another one, or it's the
No, this
last
is the
of the
last.
year.
This is the last. Yeah.
So thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. I hope you enjoy.
Okay, good. So, Elsa, good evening, my dear. How are you, my dear?
I'm okay, very well, nice, happy, end of the year. Hello, Carol. So nice to have you here, my love. Yes, Carol, it
Hello,
was good.
dear friend. Thank you for having us. Really, it's a joy to be here with you.
Carol, before pandemic time, Carol came to England to give her talks and the wonderful talks. And we enjoy so much your presence here, Carol.
Thank you. It was an honor and a gift from on high. Thank you. We are all eternal friends in Jesus.
Hello, Rodrigo. It's nice to be with you again. Apart
Again.
for this congress, marvelous in Alicante, Calpe. Hi, Charles. With Charles as well. That was nice. We launched our book there, at least, with signed book. And Stevan, very nice to be here once again. Although in the last episode of the year, but the episode today is very special. I was reading, it's very special, really. So I hope our audience, our friends that will be with us now or later on, can enjoy as well. If you want to do your
Yeah.
comments or your suggestion, please write in the chat box. That's all.
Okay, thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Charles, ça va?
Ça va, merci. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Indeed, very happy to be here today with Carol and our dear friend Rodrigo. Of course, yes, we met in Calkin 2 weeks ago. It's good to have some presential meetings, albeit we meet much more online. But okay, that's the way to work today. Is of course it takes some energy and whatsoever to travel and so on. But from time to time, it's good to meet. But okay, let's. It's Christmas time. It's the last spiritual light of this year. So we will try to explain a little bit better in order to prepare ourselves for this end of the year events.
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you, my friend, and for the introductions. And our topic today it is Christmas spirit beyond the rituals towards service and love. So I do believe for all the Christian countries, it is Christmas season. Even though, even though for some Asia countries they are not uh, 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 part of the Christianity, but they do celebrate Christmas because Christmas went in a different way compared to of what we're gonna talk today. It's more commercial. It's more selling, buying. So Santa Claus sells a lot, and and when we see we are surrounded by lights, songs, gifts, but truly, the heart of Christmas lies not in ritual, but in love lived out. And Spiritism help us go beyond the surface and return to the true message of Christ, which was humility, charity, fraternity, and inner transformation. We are not better than anybody. We do celebrate Christmas. We do have our we exchange presents. We like the holiday as well, the time off for the work. We are not superior to anybody, but the tiny part we do it is remember about our brothers and sisters who are alone, who are forgotten in a I forgot the name. Oh gosh.
Rephrase it anyway.
Yeah, let me try. Those who are forgotten in
Loneliness.
no
Eight in Portuguese.
elderly places where those guys stay.
Um,
They put the old
Nursing
people.
home.
Nursing homes, yes. Forgotten in the nursing homes, in the orphanages, for all those who are on the streets without any shelter, without any celebration to anybody, or those who are forgotten in the hospitals as well, you know, or those who are surrounded by people, but deep inside they are alone, they feeling alone. And today we will reflect on how we can embody the Christmas spirit, not just in December, but every day. How can we serve more, love more, and live the teachings of Jesus with sincerity and joy. And Charles and Elsa, allow me, since we do have two wonderful guests today, let me start with them.
Pleasure.
And as we agreed, Rodrigo, ladies first. So, Carol,
Yes.
What does the Christmas spirit mean from a spiritist perspective?
From Spiritism, we learn that no one crosses our pathway by chance, and that everyone that comes our way is a bridge of love that we can take towards God. And Master Jesus came to teach us that, not from a cloud up there from afar, but very literally close to us. He came to be our friend. He came to hold our hands. He came to say, I understand you. He came to say, I love you. He came to walk alongside the pathway with us. So he's not only a teacher that speaks through words alone, but he is a teacher who guides lovingly by example. And he, we learned in Spiritism, was and is the first positive psychologist of the world, because from day one in the manger to his last day on earth physically, he kept reminding us, you are the light. You can do what I can and much more. So he came to invite us to get out of our selfishness, get out of the habit of thinking only of ourselves, and learn to reach out to others. The secret that Jesus taught us is not on doing things just for the sake of getting them done, but on how we approach every single action in our lives. So it's a message of love that we put into action by reaching out to others. He was the first to exemplify that we are on earth not to think of ourselves, but to serve and love others. And he taught us that, like I said, not through words, but through living examples. So every day can be Christmas for us as we embrace the Christ consciousness, the opportunity to love. All we need is eyes that truly see and ears that truly hear his call and his proposal, because for certain, we learn in Spiritism that he has a personal connection with us. That's the beauty of the Christ that Spiritism brings to us. No longer is he observing us from afar, but he is actually living in the manger of our hearts.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
You?
Thank you. And Rodrigo, how can I apply all these Carol said to us, my friend?
Well, I think we learn with the Spiritism, I think, in a deeper perspective, because the Spiritism hasn't brought us nothing new, but it reinforced the message of Jesus with more details and explaining a little bit more the cause and consequences of our actions. And I think that's when we think about that. We, as spiritists, we need to give as well the example of living the thoughts of Jesus. Of course, as Kardec said, so the true spiritists are the ones who put efforts to domain or to progress. It doesn't mean that we are perfect, because otherwise we wouldn't be here in this trial and expiations words. But it means putting efforts. I mean, um, we'll be having difficulties as everyone else, and at the stage of the evolution we are, to forgive. I mean, to be indulgent and to practice charity, because true charity comes from a genuine love inside our hearts. But I think as spiritists, uh, and not only Spiritism. I think we are here talking about to all people who believe in the Christian in Christ as the one who brought us the way to achieve happiness. Because at the end, Jesus brought us the way and the reason why we need to be good. Actually, this is a fighting against materialism, because we can ask, so why should I be good? And I think Christ not only taught us why we should be good, because this is the only way we can bring good to everyone. Because good is only good, happiness is only happiness when it is for everyone. So we cannot be happy if there's someone suffering by our side. So we need to spread happiness, and that's what we are learning. And I think Jesus brought us this message. I mean, why we should be good. This is the only way for us to be happy. So if you think in a selfish way, doing good is good for us. So even in a selfish way, we should be good for our own sake. So I think Jesus brought us all this teaching. You mean? So I think, and we leave the Christmas time, as Carol said, every single day in the year. We should do that. We should try to practice forgiveness. We should practice charity. We should practice love. Because if we love in a genuine way, we don't need to think about doing charity. This will be coming naturally through our actions. And I think that's the spirit, as Carol said, of Christmas, but should be in every single day, in every single time of the year. We are hedgehogs learning to hug each other without causing harm. So the only way to do that is to work, putting effort to domain or to eliminate our imperfections and selfishness and proud is the biggest one of them, which causes the most of the, if not all the harm or all the evil we have in the world. And remembering and having Jesus' thoughts and his example, as Carol said, in front of us, and asking in every single time we need to take a decision, what would Jesus do if he would be in my position at this time? This is something that brings us to reflection and helps us to be a better people to everyone. And we are, especially now in this year and the upcoming years, we'll be coming through a huge transformation in the society. I mean, and we'll be facing very difficult situations where we'll need to really be strong and to practice good, because people only will understand the real impact of goodness or forgiveness or whatever that we learned with Jesus if they feel that from us. And as spiritists or people who are at least who are sympathetic to Spiritism or any other Christians, we cannot be hypocrites in terms of I believe in Jesus, but in my actions I simply just don't do it or don't put any effort to try to practice Jesus' thoughts. I think we need to do that. We have a huge responsibility as Christians, as Spiritists, if we consider that Spiritism is bringing us a broader view of all the teachings of Jesus and its application, let's say, not only here as when we are incarnated, but also in the spiritual world. So we have a huge responsibility to practice good. Because if we don't do that, if Spiritism is just in the Spiritist centers and it's in our prayers, but it's not reflected in our actions, we are not doing anything different from anyone else who said or who consider themselves Christians, or even not Christians, but anyone who believe in God, because God is reflected, as Jesus said. So I am the way. So you need to follow me because I am the way. So see God through me. So if you need to achieve God, you need to do what I'm showing you, because this is the only way. And as spiritists, we are not we of course, why we are Christians, we consider ourselves, at least ourselves, Christians. It's because the spiritists, they brought us, Kardec, the information that in order for us to be good people, the model is Jesus. So that's why without Jesus, we don't have a huge foundation of spiritism. So this is, of course, we are not talking about Christians as traditional or Christian religions. So it's not like that. We are Christians because we follow, or at least we try to follow the Christ's thoughts and examples. That's why we consider ourselves Christians in that way. And if we are really, if we believe, if that's the way, we can only show that by trying to practice good, practice charity and love, forgive, and really see anyone else around us as brothers and sisters, and through that view construct a true fraternity, because this is the only way for us to grow and to achieve happiness.
Thank you, my friend. Two wonderful answers and introductions. It's perfect. Thank you so much. It's a lot to talk today. I also want to say good evening to Patty K 77100. Love the Christmassy background, so thank you. And also good evening to Lou VM. So, Charles, it's your turn, my friend.
Didn't you say ladies first, Stevan?
See? Okay. So, Elsa, please, the floor is yours. Apologies for my rudeness. You're on mute, my dear. You're on mute.
Sorry. Sometimes it's noisy here. My road is a noisy road. But I was thinking about this spiritual moment that we have in the air, everywhere. I love lights. I love colors. I love lights flashing. That brings to me such a great joy, because I even more think about Jesus, that he was in the darkness, only a star that came and guided people around him. Night, Belém, a special place with animals, and he was there, the light of the world, bringing us, since early moment, the humbleness, the gratitude, the charity, everything. His lessons still today, as Carol very pointed, well, is a psychological way to teach us. Because if you do good, you don't put toxins in your body. But if you're hating, hatred, jealousy, selfishness, envy, pride, a lot of things bring to you poison into your body's bloodstream. And of course, headache, problem here, problem there. Because I ate too much, because I drank. But no, it's because our thoughts are feeding in nocive way, in bad way, our own physical body. But apart from that, the joy of light, etc., kids playing here and there, it's a joy as well. But it's very good when the family teaches the kids since the early ages that someone came to the world, the governor of this planet, the Christ of this planet, The other planets has their own Christ, but we have our Christ, Jesus, the medium of God, God, Father, Mother, God, whatever people want to say, or the supreme architect of the universe. But kids should learn since early ages that there is this person, and still the person exists. The person is around us, this great spirit that was incarnated for a certain time and brought all this knowledge, all these teachings for us. And the Spiritism, as a body of knowledge, now I learned with Charles, bring to us in a clarity way how to learn to be a better person. To be a better person means I want to be happy. I want to be free from all these vicissitudes that only make me be late in other things, in learning. So it's so good when you, since early ages, know about Jesus and grow up learning his teachings, be good in the schools. The only way to be happy is to be good. The only way to be happy in inverted commas, because happiness is not in this world, as we said in the beginning, Stevan, about people in nursing homes, lonely, people in hospitals, homeless people, etc. There are this disequilibrium in inverted commas because everything is right in the universe, because we are suffering accordingly what we did in the past and doing this present and will be in the future. But for me, talk with the kids about Jesus is a blessing. Last year, I put myself in exactly my body, my size, a face of Jesus, everything with Jesus, and I was playing with the kids, and the kids love it. So you can, of course, show Papa Noel because it's a cultural everywhere, but bring Jesus. Bring Jesus to our kids. Show to our kids the importance to be this gift for us. It's not only gift as papers, etc., toys, etc., but the gift to be good, the gift to serve, the gift since early ages. And kids learn a lot. As I learned, everyone can learn, everyone here learned how really teach our kids. So for me, it's important this season. But as Carol said, we should bring Christmas time every moment in our lives, every day. Not only this season. Go there, do charity, everything, clean your wardrobe, put everything to donate. No, not only. The people suffering needs food every day of the year, needed clothes every month or every season. So we should be more aware about what we can do more for bring Jesus towards everywhere. And apart from that, people that are not Christian or other things, Jesus or God is in a hurry for us to know him or to be perfect. He is patiently waits. One day comes for everyone. That's it. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, my dear. It was wonderful. Wonderful comments. Now is our friend Charles.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Stevan. Thank you, Carol, Rodrigo, and Elsa for all these nice words. And I was thinking, listening to you, interestingly, we talk a lot about Jesus, about Christians, about Christianity, but Christmas got really universal. I think it's being commemorated in the whole world, not only in Christianity, isn't it? So it's something significant that we still, in the whole world, people are somehow commemorating the birthday of someone they sometimes, of course, in Christianship, Jesus is known, but in the other religions, he is sometimes not so well known, even so they are celebrating the same. There is also the calendar. We had before Christ and then after Christ. And really, it was a huge event who happened 2025 years ago. But by the way, we don't know exactly if it is the real exact day. It's probably not, and the exact year as well. But okay, a convention has been established and we are following it. It's also true that in the North Hemisphere at least. It's winter, so it's dark. The daylight time is very short. So it's cold. So the fact to have some lights with nice colors and so on is something that is bringing some energy, bringing some hope, also bringing a lot of satisfaction in those long winter times, which are, by the way, not so strong anymore than they were even a couple of years ago. And the Spiritist body of knowledge has been established in the midst of the 19th century, when France just came out of, through the French Revolution, from the kings and also from the domination of Catholic religion. It was the only mandatory and allowed religion in France before the revolution. But luckily, the French Revolution has stopped with all this, and Kardec, of course, was still strongly impregnated, not only him, but the mediums and even the spirits who communicated, by this culture of Christianship. And that's why amongst the 5 books he wrote, the third one is the Gospel according to Spiritism. What is very interesting when we read the Gospel according to Spiritism, he's saying from the Gospel, he is selecting only out of the 5 different parts of the Gospel, he was selecting only one. The other 4 parts, which is the history of Jesus, provisions, the things who served to the church for defining the dogmas, and the 4th one is escaping me now. He only took the 5th one, which are the teachings of Jesus, the moral teachings. And this, Kardec wrote very clearly, these are really universal. So if you are listening us, if you are Muslim or Hindu or Buddhist or whatever, let's focus on these teachings, because these teachings, which have been given and exemplified by Jesus, as it has been very well explained by Carol, Elsa, Rodrigo, are universal. You will find them in Quran, you will find them in Hinduism, you will find them in Buddhism, you will find them everywhere in all the religions. And this is really what has to be followed in these times. Follow these universal moral teachings, which are not only Christian, but which are from everywhere. Because what do we see? Even within Christianship, there were some wars against Catholics and Protestants. In Islam, there is also some wars or misunderstanding between different factions. The same happens as well in all the religions, and also across religions. There are some fights between Jewish, for instance, and Muslims. So this is what we have really to stop. And the spirit of Christmas, which got now universal, we should really take this opportunity to develop all these moral teachings, including these values like love, like humility, like charity, like forgiveness, like fraternity, like indulgence, like forgiveness, and so on, in order to live together, all humans of the whole humanity, not only Christians or not only this or that religion, but all together. And it's through the differences of cultures that we have the richness of our humanity. So this is, I think, a very big teaching, which is coming out of not only Jesus, but all the other leaders of the other religions who came, like Krishna, like Buddha, and so on, because basically they are part of the same team. And when we talk about governor of our planet, it's a team governing our planet. Who are we to say that this one is bigger than that one? We still are so small, so little, we cannot judge who is the biggest amongst them. We can just judge that they have all told the same teachings in different times, in different languages, in different cultures, adapted as per the circumstances and so on, but with the same content, which are these universal moral teachings. And this is really what we should focus. I think it's a pity to see that Christmas, of course, it got universal, as I just explained, but why did it get universal? More pushed, I would say, more pushed by the fact to do gifts, to make special foods, or also to meet with the family. This is absolutely important. You have a lot of people traveling. It's a meeting that is encouraging meeting the family at least once a year or so. But we should not lose ourselves into this overconsumption and material aspects of Christmas. Of course, it's nice to see pine trees, to see all these lights and whatever. We need it, as I explained at the beginning, but we should really focus now if we want our world to enter into peace, to focus on these universal moral teachings, which are the field or the ground where everybody can unite around the world, whatever the culture, whatever the language, whatever the religion.
Wow. Okay. This is very good. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing. Let me see. Here the comments. We have a comment from Louvier. I can't imagine the world without Jesus.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, without Jesus, the Muslim will say, I can't imagine the world without Muhammad. No? And the Hindu will say, I can't imagine the world without Krishna. But okay, let's imagine the world with all this goodness together.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. And uh, it's important because we can see today. Let's go to a deep problem we have, I do believe, elsewhere. If it is these children's today growing in this world in which screen it is taking more time than everything, losing, and for us, we our childhood we didn't have mobile phones, so we have to learn how to play. I know, guys, you are very young, so you are not this time. You don't remember that. I know that, but in my time, I was used to play outside the home on the streets, playing ball, cards, all those things. No, um, but today kids are more time with screens, so we do have problems of lack of communication at home. The screens are replacing this kind of communication. So, how can this is going to be a general question, just us to discuss here? How can we introduce this spirit in the family today? Because see, we cannot get rid of the screens at all, and but us, we need to live with that, and we need to teach our kids how to balance this equation. So how to bring those spirits to these kids? Let's start. Let's start with ladies. No, today is Ladies' Day. So
I
Carol.
guess it's fair.
Yes, As you were asking this question, Steven, I was reminded of activities that we implemented here at the Spiritist Society of Virginia as part of our program for youth and children. We decided to use the screen as a tool to spread the good. So allow me to explain. We asked the kids to use computers in their class together with AI, for example, to create a campaign about charity for other teens. So they developed a dialogue based upon the Spirit's book with pre-selected questions. We asked them to use ChatGPT to create teen-friendly versions of those questions and then transform them into a dialogue. And together with a group of other teens, they created cartoons. They created a cartoonish type of dialogue that would explain questions of the Spirit's book for teens. So we embraced the screen as an instrument of the good. Another project that we did here was called, we entitled it Illuminated Prayers. We asked them to take the prayers that are part of the gospel according to Spiritism and record them using AI, also to publish them on Kardec Radio. So we are trying our best to use the screen, one, as an instrument of the good and as a way to spread Spiritism in a form that is friendly for teens and the youth, because as you said, they do speak this language. This venue is the venue through which we reach their hearts. So we decided here, the mentors of the Spiritist Society of Virginia inspired all of us to utilize the screen in order to spread the good. Recently, we did a play called Spiritist version of A Christmas Carol, and the dialogue that was created was with the help of AI as well, using Kardec Bot. Kardec Bot is a GPT that is Spiritist. So we have our own Spiritist robot that is available for everyone. And we have been using our own Spiritist robot with the kids and teens to spread the good news of Jesus.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Very good incentive. Good for us, Elsa. Again, my dear.
You're
Mute.
mute. Don't be shy.
I don't be shy. I'm not shy. What I think that Carol said, of course, we are in the new era, TikTok. Kids needed to use the screen, but the way that some parents or people leave the screen for kids without control, without really knowing how they are using, only play, games. And what Carol is showing, the good way to use it, create interest in these adolescents or teenagers, how to take advantage of the screen. They like screen. They like to deal with these imaginary friends behind the screen. That is really good. Yeah, I think the results, they are very nice indeed. I think you are doing this for a certain time now, no, Carol? Yes.
Yes, the mentors have asked for us to make use of the screen as often as possible, exactly to show the teens that it is possible to use technology for the good in a way that it can be an instrument of the Spiritist message, not only for themselves, but for others.
Congratulations, because I didn't see this in other centers. They'll use tablets, etc., but not in these ways as a project.
Yes, they have
really good. Perhaps one day you can
many projects. Yes.
Perhaps one day you can come on Wednesday and talk about this project to achieve groups and educators and parents everywhere. how to
Absolutely.
deal with this
Yes,
situation.
absolutely.
As Stevan said, this screen time came to stay. You know, never this go back. For now on, it's, every day is we are more or less a slave of our mobile phone. Don't live without mobile phone anymore. So we are the ones that stay more time in the screen than kids sometimes. But we know how to use wisely, no? The only my comment is about that. That is really appreciate this situation that I like very much, and think here ahead as an institution, national institution, how to deal, how to help groups. In the next seminar of education, I will ask you to come to participate, please.
Of course, yes, it's a teamwork effort coming from on high, the educators from the beyond, and then getting through to all of us here. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
good,
And their
Fantastic.
message is definitely worth sharing for sure. Yes.
good, good, good. And you, my friend Rodrigo, how dealing with that in Spain?
Wow, I think that's as Carol said. So it's a new language. So we cannot ask or push them to not to use it because we do that, as Elsa said. So we are the first ones to use it. So it's an incredible tool. So technology is there and is there to grow. We will face an increase of technology use more and more. So I think the way to you or to achieve our children, our teenagers, the young people is to achieve or to reach them in this using this language, using this channel. So I think, Carol, what you're doing is fantastic, or what the you are as a group are doing is fantastic. So we are starting. We are still, uh, getting to this point. So we have teenagers group now, which we are thinking how to make them, to combine the use of technology for them to start not only learning, because when they create content, they are learning, but also to help others absorbing this content in their own language, because it's not only the technology, is the way they absorb content. So today they are not, while we are used to listening or to watching long videos or long podcasts like half an hour. If you don't create content, short contents which are like even in some minutes, I mean, so we are losing their attention. So it's a different way of absorbing content. In here in Spain, for instance, we are using Notebook LM in order to create. We created a podcast channel in Spotify, in for the Spiritist Center we belong to. So in order to share podcasts of Spiritism using the AI with Notebook LM. So what I'm doing is, so I asked the teenagers, so my kids mainly, we are spreading this. So because they talk to other kids about spiritism at school, and then the other kids, they ask questions and sometimes they cannot answer, so they bring that to me, and then what I do is I create content through with using Notebook LM as a podcast in a easy way of understanding, because they like this kind of chatting, to tackle that specific question. Like recently, my daughter brought the question. One of her friends asked, saying that why shouldn't we consider mediumship like schizophreny? So how can we differentiate that? And then I created a podcast using Notebook LM. I posted it and I said, here you can share this with your friends, and they can understand it. But it's not a long podcast, like 4 minutes maximum. Maximum. This is, I think that's the way we achieve that. So we need to go to them and not ask them or to prevent them from using their own language and coming back to us. time comes, time flies, so everything changes. We need to be adaptable. We need to adapt to the new way of absorbing content and the new way of spreading spiritism and using the tools and the kids who are, the best users or the best ones to do that in order to spread the message of spiritism of Christ through the technology we have today.
Thank you. Well, everybody, Susan, how's in France, Charles?
Yeah, congratulations. I like very much all what Carol, Rodrigo, and Elsa explained. Indeed, we have a lot of tools. The tools are progressing very quickly with the technology, but we know also that the tools can be used for good or for evil. The tools are neutral. Everything is depending on what we are using the tool to. So it's very important to show exactly this, that the tools can be used for good things. It's a little bit what we are trying to do here since 5 years with Spiritual Light. Even with pandemic and whatever, we didn't stop using this new technology which is available. Then the question is always, okay, how can we differentiate good from evil? And what really the Spiritist body of knowledge brought to us is to set as a referential for goodness and evil the natural laws themselves. Good is all what is in harmony with the natural laws, and evil is all what is not in harmony with the natural laws. So it sets, how to say, a kind of a different standard. It's not what is written in this or that book or what has been told by this or that guy. It's a referential that which is again more universal, as I just told. And yes, so this is really what we have to encourage, and also encourage, how to say, the discernment, because as I said, when these tools appear, the first thing which are appearing, which are used to, is not always the best one, isn't it? They are generally used for putting you for consumption, to buy things that you don't need, or even for harassment, or all these things. And so it's very important also giving these good examples to teach the good use of the tool, to develop the discernment, the capacity of analysis, the autonomy of the children and of the young people, in order not to suffer from all these bad things which are falling on us continuously every day, fake news or whatsoever. So I think, yes, this is something also that we have to remind, more particularly taking opportunity of Christmas for spreading more good things.
This is great. This is great. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. So it's important to see in each country, in each street center, we do have, here in Ireland is not different. We use the mobile phones to tell the stories, to find some connections. But anyway, we need to adapt, and there is no right or wrong. We need to try. Those who generate engagement, keep it. Those who doesn't generate engagement, leave it. So simple like that.
Even if you allow me to add something, there was an initiative taken not so long ago in a group called Sembradores de la Luz. It's an international group. The name is Spanish, of course, but it's international. And they organized a worldwide meeting of youth. And I was participating to it, collaborating, but they used one of these tools, I think it's Zoom. And it was organized by the teenagers for the teenagers. I was there just to help in translation from and to French language. And believe it or not, they managed to have people from all around the world, or almost, from Japan, from Venezuela, from to have a gathering, something like more 100 people or so gathered in that meeting, and they were using 5 languages in simultaneously. So using the tool, the features of the tool, I was not believing it would work, but the young people,
It
the
worked.
teenagers,
Yeah.
they did it. So they know how to use the tool in a good way. And I thought that was really fantastic. And we should really encourage more also these type of initiatives.
Yeah. Very good mention, Charles. Sembradores, they do lives every month with wonderful topics in
In
different
several
languages.
languages. No?
In different languages, yes. So it's
Yesterday, I watched in French that our Fabrizia was invited with Pepino and other lady.
Yes. The last one, that's the last one they did in French.
Yesterday, very nice indeed, Charles. Was very
yeah,
good.
it's good. The Sembradores Luz, it's a wonderful group, very well capacity too.
You can find them easily on internet or YouTube or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so my friends, it's time to finish. It's 10 o'clock. I want to say it was wonderful to have you all here. And let me go straight to our announcements. Let me do this. Yes, there we go. Let me share my screen. Okay. So, the topic for January, we are still discussing, so shortly we will announce. But Saturdays, we do have our study group at 10:30 with Charles, Munir, and Guilherme. I forgot to skip this. So, on the 4th of January, our dear friend Dr. Vanessa Anceloni will start the series Marlene Nobre for this year. And her topic is Dr. Marlene Nobre, a life dedicated to spiritism and science. So, the 4th of January at 7 p.m. London time, GMT. Please keep reading Spiritism Magazine. It's free of charge. Just go to the website, download, and enjoy a good reading. It's important for us to have you there. I strongly invite everyone to go to Spiritist Society bus to Irish Spiritist Federation and the Francophone movement, Spiritist movement, to get to know more about local spiritism activities, so you can find more details there. And please keep listen Kardec Radio, and we are thank you Kardec Radio for this opportunity given to us. So this is all the announcements. I want to say thank you, Carol. Thank you, Rodrigo. It's wonderful to have you all here. Merci, Charles. Thank you, Elsa.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to be with you all throughout this year. Look forward for next year, preparing more things, more content. Carol, you will always be welcome.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Rodrigo, muchas gracias.
Gracias a vosotros. Ha sido un placer, una alegría. Y feliz Navidad a todos. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Charles, thank you. Elsa, thank you.
Thank you.
In the
Bye-bye.
name of Spiritual Light, we wish you a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. I'll see you all on the 7th of January, 2026. Thank you. Bye-bye.
God bless.
God bless you all.
You make me happy.